A word such as bad is ambiguous. It can have different meanings, as in the zoo had many different bat species versus I recently bought a new baseball bat. The context helps us disambiguate the meaning of the word. Same in a user interface. It's possible that the same user action has different effects depending on the context or the state in which the system is in. That's a mode. Same input, different results. Modes are pervasive in interfaces around us. For example, here's my locked phone. If I press the volume up button, nothing will happen. But if I unlock my phone, pressing the same button will raise the volume. The same action, pushing the volume button, has different effects depending on whether the phone is locked or not. That's a mode. Another classic example of a mode is the use of the caps lock key on a typical keyboard. With a caps lock key off, pressing the key for the letter A in a text editor will display lowercase a. With caps lock on, the same action will result in an uppercase A. Thus, the caps lock key is a mode switcher. Now, why do we need modes in user interfaces? The answer is because usually we don't have enough possible input actions. In other words, our input vocabulary is limited. A keyboard with keys for both upper and lowercase letters will be too large. But sometimes it's also because certain input actions fit well with multiple functionalities. For example, if on my phone I want to sign a PDF document, moving the finger on the screen is the most natural action for drawing my signature. But traditionally, moving the finger is used for scrolling. Therefore, to allow for that gesture to have different results, a special edit mode will have to be defined. Modes are often a source of user error, usually because of the so-called hidden state problem. People don't realize which state the system is in, and therefore they expect that their actions will have a different result. It's probably happened to you to repeatedly get an error while typing your password because caps lock was on and you didn't realize it since the password was masked. Because of that, often UX researchers don't like modes. Larry Tesler, former VP at Apple, Amazon, and Yahoo, and a UX pioneer, famously had a no modes license plate. Now, a special type of mode is a modal. A modal is a type of pop-up window. What's special about a modal is that users cannot interact with the background content until they dismiss the window. Thus, modals put the system into a new mode. When the modal is on, clicking on any of the background visible links doesn't do anything anymore. Not every pop-up is a modal. Some allow you to interact with the background, and those are called non-modal dialogues. To summarize, modes are a way of dealing with interface complexity. Often, the designer may have a limited input vocabulary and a lot of possible functions that the interface needs to support. So, they will end up reusing some of that input vocabulary for two different commands. Modes often lead to user errors because people don't realize they are in the wrong mode or sometimes don't know how to get to a mode or out of a mode. But in certain situations, like drawing on a touchscreen, modes may be the only reasonable solution to a design problem.